This video discussion of minor scales was created with guitar students in mind. As you already know, the major scale is the king of music theory. All discussions of the technical aspect of music theory are related to the major scale. All numerical references in any discussion of intervals and chords assume that the major scale is serving as the basis and foundation of and for any particular line of thinking. The major scale is defined by its well-known formula, the distances between the notes. You may have heard someone say whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. That's the traditional way of expressing the formula of the major scale. A scale is also known by its quality, the general overall artistic effect or musical impact that it may have. The sound of the major scale is, of course, happy, bright, and tuneful, as in the case of well-known melodies. In music theory, the major scale is indeed the most important scale. But when talking about music on an artistic level, and in strictly a musical sense, the minor scale is of equal importance because it is the artistic opposite of the major scale and can sound sad, solemn, and mournful. Think of major scales and minor scales like the day and night, the happy and sad, the chocolate and vanilla, the bright and dark of musical composition. Let's compare the theoretical aspects of both the major and minor scales. A good place to start is by playing in the key of C with our good old keyboard. Of course, the C major scale is played by starting and ending on the C note and hitting all the white keys in between. No black keys, no flats or sharps. The order of half steps and whole steps, the formula, is clearly evident. Each note in the C major scale is given a number. With C being the first note of the scale, it is called 1, or the first. D is the second note of the scale. E is the third note of the scale, and so on, as this chart of common knowledge intervals indicates. All of these numbers are derived from the major scale. Now, when you want to convert a major scale into a minor scale, it is accomplished by lowering notes 3, 6, and 7. Also called degrees 3, 6, and 7, lowering them by 1/2 step, flatting them. These new notes are now called the flat 3, the flat 6, and the flat 7, respectively. These are the notes that define the minor scale and its sound. If we return to our keyboard, we can easily play a C minor scale by lowering those 3 notes, those 3 degrees. The formula for the minor scale is 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, and of course 1 again. 1 would never be called 8. This scale, called the natural minor, Aeolian minor, or pure minor, is the most important and useful one for you in your life as a guitarist. In modern music, there is only one major scale, the king of music theory and the most widely used scale in music. For playing in the minor key, however, there are several minor scale choices: the harmonic minor, the melodic or jazz minor, and the Dorian minor, among others, all of which are very important and have their rightful place in professional level guitar playing. Here, in this lesson, as we concentrate on the natural minor, I recall how my first music theory teacher, to make this bit of core knowledge unforgettable, would say this over and over again. A major scale has half steps between the 3rd and 4th, and also the 7th and the 8th. A minor scale has half steps between the 2nd and 3rd, and also the 5th and 6th. That little memory trick did make those early music theory lessons and assignments much easier. As we continue to concentrate on the natural minor in this guitar-oriented course, we will switch gears to the key of A major and A minor. Here you see the spelling, formula, and fingering pattern for an A major scale. All of the notes, by the way, are considered to be natural notes because they are natural to the major scale. So a C sharp note, even though it is a sharp, is the naturally occurring 3rd in the A major scale. So C sharp is the natural 3rd of A major. If we lower by 1/2 step our flat degrees 3, 6, and 7, we are converting that A major scale into an A minor scale. Take a second to read these spellings and formulas. Here is what the A minor scale looks like next to the A major scale, one you probably already know. This scale pattern contains 2 octaves, and with a little practice should be quite easy for you to learn. Remember, the most important difference between a major scale and a minor scale is not the facts, figures, and formulas. It is, of course, the sound, the type of music that it creates. What we have learned to call the quality of the scale, the general overall sound and musical flavor. It's important that you really get to know the scales you are practicing and playing. Get to know the minor scale by studying its theory, its spelling, in all keys, and by learning famous and favorite songs using the scale. If you continue to listen to common knowledge melodic phrases and interesting minor key songs, you will begin to assign a quality to this scale in your mind, its true quality, its sound, its flavor, what it means to you. This way of thinking about and knowing the sounds of the scales we learn is educational, informative, and makes the music you play and write sound much more interesting.